Well, tonight I would like to talk about our favorite Fitme plates. We talk a lot about food, we talk a lot about like what to do, but like I know we all have our go-tos, and I really wanted to share like what our favorite, maybe a couple different favorites. Like our favorite if we have unlimited time and money, and then our favorite super quick Fit Me plate, and maybe our favorite Fit Me plate when we're out. And so I'll start, but I just wanted to talk about our favorites because sometimes I think we get in the weeds about like just getting it done. And I know I'm not super picky, and sometimes it's just easier to eliminate that thought from my mind. I always want my food to taste good, don't get me wrong, but like I don't fix my favorite every single day. But I've found that a couple of different things that I fixed are my favorite thing. Even like honestly, like not even taking into account Fit Me plates. Like it is a Fit Me plate, but it's still my favorite dinner. Um, and so my absolute favorite, no holds barred. I have unlimited money, and like I have at least an hour or hour and a half with prep time. Is steaks, like really good quality steaks. Um, my roasted potatoes, and that's the time consuming piece because it takes an hour to cook them and it takes a little bit of time to cut them all up and everything. And then asparagus, roasted asparagus. That is like like that's the dinner I want for my birthday. That is the dinner my son asks for his birthday. Like that is my favorite meal. And it's a Fit Me plate, which is awesome. My favorite super fast Fit Me plate is chopped bag salad with rice that I would have like prepped ahead of time with a little bit of butter and ranch seasoning. I know that sounds so weird, but like a little bit of butter and ranch seasoning on my rice is delicious. And probably chicken or air fryer salmon. Because it's really fast. I don't even have to do anything to it. I can literally put it in there frozen. And it takes like under 15 minutes to assemble all of that, even including the cook time for the salmon if it's frozen. So that's my favorite, like lightning fast one. Or chicken like in the skillet, like chicken thighs in the skillet only takes a couple minutes, less than 15 minutes on that one too. And sometimes I'll put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. And same thing, rice and microwave veggies. Never discount microwave veggies. I use them all the time. And especially like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Those are my two favorite microwave veggies. And I keep microwave veggies in my freezer at all times for a quick freezer meal or quick dinner. But yeah, those are my favorites. And honestly, that translates into restaurants too. Like if I'm in a restaurant and they have like a good salmon, that's probably what I'm getting. So I'm curious to hear what your favorite Fit Me plate is that you've had so far, or like what your go-to fast one is.
So I think mine are kind of the same as yours, except swapped like the places. So I like cooking fish. So like my favorite like meal is like a thing of salmon with I usually just do like whatever vegetable I've got on hand. I'm really not picky. I'm not a picky eater. So like just salmon, usually I pair it with frozen broccoli because it's also fast because I'm stupid busy all the time and never get time to do anything. So salmon with my broccoli, and then like I'll do a rice or like a mashed potato or something with it. Um, my like busy week, because like all the meals I make are really fast, but my like busy week, no time to really do anything meal go to is chicken thighs with like a spring mixed salad. And like I always season the chicken thighs differently so that I don't have the same flavor every day. And then I'll usually pair that with rice because rice is easy. And then my favorite like out when I go out, I love going to Texas Roadhouse and getting a steak. And then like their Caesar salad is bomb. And I usually pair that with like the mashed potatoes, and I only do like butter on the mashed potatoes, and that's it. So those are my faves.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, my favorite has become breakfast. So I started with like just scrambling eggs and fixing it with just plain rice, and then having cut veggies, out of the refrigerator. And then I found this packaged rice that's seasoned with garlic. Now I'm addicted to that now. So I do the rice and then I do my eggs over medium. So I still got a little bit of runny yolk in there. And then doing frozen vegetables. So total switch on my breakfast, because my breakfast always used to be cold breakfast. And now I eat hot breakfast. So, and it's delicious. I could have it every day. Mm-hmm. And then going out, we have a restaurant, and it's usually my lunch go-to, because we're in an office building. So unless I actually have leftovers to pack or anything like that, we don't take a lunch, but it's a Mexican grill, and I get the burrito bowl. So it's got rice and beans and chicken, and then I get all the veggies that come in it. So I get the fajita vegetables, the lettuce, the corn, the tomatoes, anything and everything that's there. I don't like guacamole or sour cream, so I don't have to worry about getting that stuff added on. And that's been my go-to lunch. I eat that about once a week. So, and that's my favorite because it fills me up and it's a Fitme plate. So,
yeah. I love that. I love burrito bowls. We actually did those when we were at the Maryland event. That was one of our meals. Can't remember if it was dinner or lunch one day. I think it was dinner. But it was tasty. Awesome. Tika, what's your favorite?
So my favorite breakfast is pan fried asparagus, eggs over easy, and rice. Love it. It takes less than 10 minutes to cook. Mm-hmm. I can even do that with broccoli and rice. Easy over egg. I could swap out the rice for grits too. Love that as well. For dinner, I go to a place like Olive Garden. The chicken marguerite is very tasty. And it's just grilled chicken breasts with some tomatoes and some vegetable. I think it's broccoli, some cheese. Love that. I had a 7-pepper steak salad at Longhorn this weekend when I was out with my mom. It was amazing. It was delicious. So those are my kind of go-tos when I go out. Something with some grilled chicken or steak, a veggie, and a decent carb. I'll usually get a baked potato or a sweet potato, put the fixings on the side. But cooking wise, I'm with Julie. Breakfast is easiest for me. It's the one that I prefer the most. If I'm going to cook, I love filet mignon. I love how easy it is to cook. You can't really mess it up because it's just a good quality meat. So that's the steak that I prefer if I'm going to eat it. It's the only one that I feel with any vegetable or side except for squash.
Because it tastes like dirt.
I listened to that. I think it was last week you were talking about that.
It doesn't taste like anything.
You had me laughing out loud. I'm at my office listening to this and I'm laughing out loud at my desk and I was like, oh, I better stop.
Yeah, I get kind of proud of this call because I get a lot of comments on people like listening back and laughing, and I'm like, I love it. I love that. But it's just because Tika's here. She's the entertainment.
That's ridiculous.
No, that's awesome. I love that. I also love, like, one of my fast go-to dinners was runny eggs over rice and some kind of vegetable. And I love how the runniness of the egg almost makes like a sauce in the
Yeah.
rest of it. Oh,
And then
so
sprinkle
good.
some cheese on it, and it kind of melts that bite with the dripping.
Oh yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. It's almost like, I mean, it's indulgent almost.
Yeah,
That
that's
way
what it feels like. I mean, that
Mhm.
bite is just so delicious. And with
Mhm.
I got a couple different, I think it's called, I don't think it's called Good Grains. I can't remember the name of the brand that I got, but it comes in Mexican rice and then like a 7-grain rice and the one with garlic and the 7-grain one. That was kind of gross. That one I couldn't even finish my meal. I was like, this, it didn't even smell good. It's just
Oh.
can't
Is it
do
like
this.
a
I'll
packet?
finish.
Is it like a microwave one?
It's a packet. Yeah, it's a microwave packet. So I split it into 2 because the serving size is 2. So I just, I kind of weigh it out. And when I'm at home, I can weigh it out. When I'm at work, I just kind of look at it and see, oh, okay, that's it. But yeah, it's pretty easy and it's awesome. And it tastes really good. I mean, the ones that I got. So
yeah, check. I do want to say, like, check the ingredients and the nutrition facts, because Uncle Ben's, like, I used to buy them all the time. Well, and I still do. But there was one Uncle Ben's microwave rice that I picked up and I thought, this is going to be awesome, because it was like wild rice medley is what it was called. And I flipped it over and it had an ingredient list like that long. And the sodium was super high and like it had all this extra crap in it. And I was like, what the heck?
yeah.
And then so I always after that would look at the back of my rice packets to make sure that it was just like rice, canola oil, and water. And that was all that was in it.
That's pretty much what these are. They're imported actually from Canada. So they can't have all those preservatives and everything. And it's actually rice with quinoa. And
good. Okay.
That's been like my niece. The Walmart.
Walmart? I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I do my shopping at Walmart too.
Yeah, maybe I'll run upstairs and see. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know why I don't, because it's like I bought like 10 packs.
Is it Seeds of Change?
It's Seeds of Change. That's exactly what it is.
I was like,
there's like
there's one that has okay. I've had that before. That is good.
They're just delicious. And I bought them because they all look the same. And when I went to go on vacation, I was like, oh, I need to get stocked up so I can take these on vacation with me. And I bought the wrong ones. That was the 7-grain long. And I was just like, and I ended up just tossing the rest of those because I'm like, I'm not going to eat them. Why keep them in my pantry if I'm not going to eat them?
Right.
And then I have to make sure that I double check the front cover so I can see what kind they are, because they're the same. They're kind of all the same colors. They're just, like reversed colors. Like one will be red with yellow and the other one's yellow with red and green and yellow. And I'm just like, I just picked them up because they were just all in line. Thought they were all the garlic ones, but they weren't.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look for those different flavors, see if my Walmart carries them.
Yeah, they're
pretty
delicious.
Awesome. What about you, Marlena? I want to hear your favorites.
You're on mute, hon.
You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's me.
All right, I'm walking, so I might lose you, but I'll try and stay close to home. Okay. My favorite's breakfast. I always have a Fitme plate for breakfast. Roasted potatoes or roasted sweet potatoes, and then a bed of spinach and runny eggs. That's like what I have. I could eat that every day. But what I really like on it is chili, because I live in New Mexico, and chili is kind of something that we put on everything here, and it just kind of adds a little extra to it. It's not bad. We make it almost like a gravy, so it's kind of not really Fitme, because we add a little bit of stuff, but it's still just pureed chili pods with water and some flour. So but that's probably my favorite breakfast. Sometimes when my husband cooks dinner, that's my favorite because he's cooking. And I really like it when he barbecues. And so barbecue chicken with roasted potatoes and usually roasted asparagus or Brussels sprouts. Those are kind of something that I won't ever turn down. So that's kind of my favorite. I love shrimp too. So anything with shrimp.
Yeah. I love shrimp. I can put away some shrimp though. Like I could eat like a half a big bag of shrimp.
And my kids just started eating seafood this year. And so I could probably put away half a bag of shrimp too, but now I have to share it with them. So
yeah.
He actually made that today for dinner. He made shrimp and asparagus, but he made it with mashed potatoes, which I thought was a little bit strange. I prefer
odd.
rice.
Yeah, I'd go rice or even
he
grits.
doesn't really think about stuff like that. So he was trying. So I had it with mashed potatoes.
Hey,
it was so good.
mean, I like mashed potatoes. Yeah. But yeah, if you were thinking about it, you'd be like, that's an odd.
I was like, where's the rice?
That's funny. You know what's really funny? I always like, I'm like you, like if somebody else wants to cook, like I'll eat whatever it is. I don't care. I'm not picky. But there was this one time because Joey started to get more adventurous with and he's sitting right here. So I'm talking about him, but he's sitting right here. He started using the air fryer more for salmon. And he had a couple of really good successes and like it was really good. So he starts to get like confident with like seasonings and things like that. Well, he knows like we love rosemary on all the things. And so he starts to go to put rosemary on the salmon. I was like, no, don't do it. He's like, what? We like rosemary. We like salmon. And I'm like, this don't go together.
Yeah, they tried. They try really hard. And I appreciate that.
He does. Like I really do. I appreciate it too. If he had put rosemary on the salmon, I totally would have still eaten it, and I wouldn't have told him. But I just happened to catch it beforehand. Hey, look, I'm bragging on you. You made it dinner. I'm happy about that. No, yeah. So I'm glad. I wanted to talk about favorites because I think like we kind of get lost in the weeds sometimes, and I think it's important to remember like we really do enjoy the healthy food that we eat, and it's important to bring that back and be like I end up picking things that are really close to fit me anyway because I just like that kind of stuff. So I'm loving all the puppy love that's happening. Your puppies are so happy.
They're so needy.
Anybody else? Anybody have anything else that they want to share? Oh, you know what? Okay, this is Marlena, you made me think of this when you were talking about sweet potatoes. Did you know? I didn't know this. I literally just learned this from Coach Leah at the Maryland event. Did you know that you can bake sweet potatoes without piercing the skin? I did not know this. Because you know when you bake russet potatoes or like other kinds of potatoes or you have to pierce the skin first to let the steam escape, but you don't have to do that with sweet potatoes. Didn't know. I did it the other day, and the whole time I was putting them on the tray, because I've always pierced them. And when you pierce them, they like seep out the sweetness, like the syrupy, sugary stuff that comes out of the potato, and it like burns and it gets kind of marshmallowy, which is fine. But it didn't seep anything when you didn't pierce it. And so, but when I put them on the tray, I was like, all right, I'm about to give Leah hell if these things explode in my oven. Like, I'm gonna be real mad. And but they didn't explode. They cooked perfectly and still like fell out of their skins and everything. So yeah, hack. You do not have to pierce sweet potatoes. That just like blew my mind. I was like, that's even lazier. Huh? What did you say, Tika?
I love that.
Yeah. I'm all about like the lazy hacks. Like I started baking sweet potatoes instead of like cutting them up and roasting them like cut up, because I just didn't have to do as much. I didn't even wash them because I don't eat the skin. I just pierce, I tear the skin open and I dump the potato out of it. So that's my favorite lazy hack. Everybody look at Marlena right now. Look how pretty she looks in that light with the like sunset behind her and her cute little haircut. All right, guys. Let me see your faces. Marlena, stay right there. I'm going to take a picture of you. Yeah, I got to make my screen bigger. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right, loves.
Cheese.
Cheese. Thanks for joining me. Is anybody else going to? I think Marlena's going, and that might be it. Who else? Is anybody else going to the Washington event? Julie, you going to the Washington event?
No, I don't have enough PTO. Otherwise, I would have gone to the.
Oh, start saving up for next year.
Oh, I'll have it next year. Yeah, I just done.
Yeah.
I've got a trip coming up. I just got back from vacation, and then I got another trip coming up next month to Mexico.
Do we already know when it's going to be next year?
I don't think we have an official date, but I've heard rumblings that it'll be earlier in the year. So it might be like March or April.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure. And there's only going to be one next year, I think.
Do you know where?
Yeah.
I don't. Again, rumblings that it might be like centrally located. So that
I
like
would 1 year in Washington, 1 year in Maryland, and just keeps flip-flopping back and forth.
That's a good idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That way you still have access to all this stuff. Because when I think about y'all us meeting somewhere else, you can't bring a pressure cooker on an airplane. Like, how are you going to get the kettlebell?
True story.
Well, I'd have to fly either way, so it doesn't matter.
I still think we should just do a camping trip to Leah's house and like work on her garden and then cook all the things.
That would be awesome. And then we could do like the redwoods and yeah.
Yeah, we can just bring a camping or bring a tent. Well, just tent in her front yard.
So Leah's gonna have to give me a bed because that's what I'm not about to do. A toilet, a shower, and a bed.
Yeah, my version of camping out is a cabin.
I'll camp with Jen and you guys can sleep with Leah.
We'll come with y'all during the day.
Stick a sprinkler outside. We'll be all right.
Go jump at the Pacific Ocean.
Ooh, that's cold.
There you go.
It will be cold. Amy is trying to get us to jump in the sound, guys.
Yes, I'm all about this. I want to do this open water freezing swimming. I'm all about trying this stuff.
Ma'am.
I think I'm gonna do it just to say I did it.
Go for it.
I'm not excited about it.
Yeah. Go for it. You
Marlena's
just go right on ahead. You let us know how it is.
I know you have one.
You have my full support.
She'll hold our sweaters. All right, lovelies. Everybody have an awesome rest of your week. And Julie, reach out to your coach if you need help getting back on track after vacay, but it sounds like you've got a plan.
Yeah.
So, all right, loves.
Good night.
We'll talk to you next week. Good night.